Nice.
Meet the new face of women's skiing. She's young, she's fresh, and she's only 18.
A perfect run for Mikaela Shiffrin. Here, on fire. She is confident, she's in the zone. Mikaela Shiffrin just really confident in the steam.
Mikaela Shiffrin burst onto the scene in 2012 when she literally came from nowhere to become the youngest woman to win the slalom at the World Championships in 39 years. She's been skiing since she was just 2 years old, but she seems so calm and cool for somebody so young.
Is there anything that makes you nervous?
Yeah, lots of things make me nervous, but not a ton with skiing. I've been nervous for skiing before, definitely, and I get a little bit jittery for every race, but it's mostly just excited because I like skiing, I like racing, and I always have that competitive spirit.
And that competitive spirit has gotten people to take notice, so much so that it has drawn her high praise.
So there's been some really cool things said about you. A headmaster at a ski academy called you Mozart, and Ted Ligety has said that you are crazy good. What do comments like that, how do they make you feel?
This little thing inside my heart is like, oh, that's so nice. The Mozart comment came from Kirk because we talk so much, especially when I'm around him. We would talk about skiing as my art.
Right.
And it's not a job, it's not just a hobby, it's the one thing that really makes sense to me, and I work on it every day, even when I'm not skiing. Every day I'm watching skiing and I'm dreaming about it and I'm feeling it in my muscles, and it's just something that works for me, and so he calls it my art, and he just says I'm Mozart for skiing or something.
And that something has turned into a whirlwind since she claimed the world title in Austria. Her sudden fame also brought an appearance on the David Letterman show.
You're a kid, you're 18. Are you in high school? Do you go to school anywhere?
Yes, I do. I go to ski academy in Vermont.
Ski academy in Vermont.
Burke Mountain Academy. This hill was really steep at the start, so I was thinking, well, I'm plummeting to my death.
That's not a good frame of mind to be in, is it?
No.
Because that would be my frame of mind. Here you are, ladies and gentlemen, Mikaela Shiffrin.
And with all this excitement, most young teenage girls would have their head in the clouds. But Mikaela stays grounded.
So you've had a tremendous amount of success at a very young age, and you must be getting a ton of advice thrown your way. What has helped the most, and who did it come from?
I do get a lot of advice thrown at me, so it's hard to sift through it all, but my parents give me the best advice I could ever get, and it's everything from things that I should know just as a teenage girl to how I should handle being nervous in the start at World Champs. They helped me through a lot.
Shiffrin's mom, Eileen, travels with her everywhere, and the two have become even closer than mother and daughter, if you can believe that.
She's my best friend. We have the same sense of humor. We're on the same wavelength. She keeps me grounded, keeps me on track. She's my study partner. I mean, she's probably the only mom in the world who would retake a chemistry course or a pre-calc course with me just so I had a study partner. It wasn't even and then she would start and she'd be like, this is so fun, Mikaela, let's race to see who can get the problems done first. I'm like, you're such a geek. Really cool.
So cool, in fact, that Mikaela and her brother Taylor actually like hanging out with their parents.
Jeff and I have always tried to do really fun things with them. Windsurfing and mountain biking and tennis and all kinds of we've always tried to make it fun for the kids, and I think subsequently they enjoy being around us because we just try to keep things fun but challenging.
How do you keep the pace of an 18-year-old in this instant gratification generation where everything seems to be happening so fast, and the social media and their phones and all of that? How do you keep her vibration low enough to actually appreciate things like that?
We expect them to get their work done, and then we can go do something fun. Make sure that they are aware of their obligations to the world at large as well as to our family. I mean, Mikaela doesn't get off scot-free when it comes to coming home and unpacking the car, you know. I mean, you just go out there and help us.
The chores will get put on hold in Sochi when America's next big thing reaches for Olympic gold. But for Mikaela, traditionally a slow starter, To be successful in the end, it'll more than likely come down to how she begins.
It was difficult this year because every race I'd get to the start, I'm like, I'm super psyched. This is it. This is when I'm gonna put my training ski in the race. And then it'd take me to the, finally the last 15 gates. I finally would have my rhythm and let it go and just let my skis take me down. And then I'd make up a second in the last 15 gates. And everybody's like, where does that come from? How do you do that? I'm like, I just finally let it go. And finally letting my skis take me and using them as a tool instead of resisting it. And it's such a fine line between resisting and letting it happen.
Right.
So I'm trying to find that fine line and always be on the right side of it.